Hey, thanks for joining me. This is Suzie Carr. Question: do you struggle to come up with story ideas? If so, stay tuned. This video, we're going to go through some ideas, writing prompts and things of that sort to get your creativity started. My name is Suzie Carr. I am a novelist, a podcaster, an overall motivator for creativity and writing. So let's dive right into this topic right now. Do you struggle with coming up with story ideas? That can be a problem if you're a writer. Writers have to write after all, right? I've come across this struggle so many times. As a matter of fact, most usually it's with every single book I've written. And I've written 13 novels. There always seems to be that sort of panic moment where I'm like, what am I going to write about? I have sort of an idea, but I'm really not sure if it's going to sell, if it's going to be something that people are going to want to read. And so that's doubt playing a part, which is a huge part of being a writer. And so you don't want to let that trip you up. Let's get right down to the topic, though. One thing I want you to understand, that there are stories everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's a story idea. Okay? And so there are many ways to come up with a story idea. So don't fret, don't worry. There are many ways. So let's get right down to some of these ideas that I've come across that have been very helpful. First of all, one idea is make sure that you determine what genre you want to write in. That really helps. And most times, some writers have no idea. They're like, should I write romance? Should I write horror? Totally different books. What I would say to you is, look at the books that you gravitate towards when you read. That will give you a pretty good idea of what that comfort zone is or what that area is that you're interested in, what you're passionate about when it comes to books. And that's probably going to be your sweet spot. Second thing is, another idea is the easiest way, I think, to come up with an idea is to use writing prompts. They're everywhere. Just hashtag writing prompts on Twitter or Instagram, Facebook probably. Go ahead and put that in and you're going to have so many writing prompts. Some people use audio, some people use imagery, some people just put like a sentence, fill in the blank, and those will help to sort of jumpstart your creativity. Another thing is play the what if game. So what do I mean by this? Well, find something routine in like a relationship, a job, traffic, a nightclub, any kind of a setting. And then ask, what if, and then fill in the blank. That does help to get the story going. So, you could be, for instance, you could be routinely driving down the road and then all of a sudden you see a pile of clothes being scattered across the highway, and then you see a woman standing by her car on the side of the road crying. So routine driving, and then you throw that kind of curveball into it, and then you start to just build an idea from there. Let the imagination go. Another thing is start off with a character in mind. I do this sometimes. I find somebody that I'm really... Sorry, I live near an airport and I think you can probably hear the airplane going over. Nothing I can do about that. Anyway, start with a character. Who is she? Someone you're interested in. Someone you want to spend some time with because you are going to spend a lot of time with this character. So you want to make it somebody who you want to learn from or grow from or just spend some time with. That's it. And ask her, what did you do today? And then see what she says back to you. Follow her train of thought. It's sort of like the video I did prior to this last month. I did one on journaling as your character. It's the same principle. Get into her head and see where she takes you. A lot of times the characters will write the stories for you. Hey, Ian, I see you saying hi. Hi. Another thing is you can start with your setting. Suppose you're in the woods or on the beach or, in an airplane. What does this setting feel like to you? What kind of feelings does it bring out in you? Does it bring peace? Is it stressing you out? Like me in the middle of a city, that would stress me out. Are you on an airplane? Is that stressing you out? Do you feel elated by it? Do you love being in an airplane or on the ocean or in the woods? Are you curious about the setting? Dig into those settings and see where it takes you. Start with a theme in mind. There are so many themes. Just Google the word theme and you're going to come up with a whole bunch of different ideas of directions that you can take your story. So forgiveness, trustworthiness, overcoming hurdles, death, redemption. A lot of times I will come up with my character first, and then I'll come into that theme and I'll say, well, what do I want her to learn? What do I want her to go through? Do I want her to learn how to forgive herself or someone else? That kind of leads you onto a tangent that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise gone. Another thing is learn a new skill and write about it. What are you interested in learning? That is a really great idea for a story. In fact, I've used that too. So I wanted to learn how to scuba dive. So what did I do? I went out and got open water certified, and I went to Bonaire on a scuba diving trip with a bunch of people, and I had the time of my life. And then boom, I had a book idea. I came home and I wrote a romance book about a scuba diver, and then she was an instructor, and then she taught somebody else how to scuba dive, and then they fell in love on the island of Bonaire. Another thing I wanted to learn was I love honeybees. So I wanted to learn everything I could about honeybees because I know they're so important. So I contacted a local beekeeper, and I got suited up, and I went to the bee apiary and hung out with tens of thousands of honeybees. I learned it, I felt it, I immersed myself in that, what the character would feel. And that just wrote the story for me, which is the dance. Another thing that you can do is ask yourself some questions. What upsets you the most? Write about that. What makes you feel the most joy? Again, write about that. What gets those good feelers going? What is your biggest accomplishment? What is your biggest fear? You get the idea. Just take something a question like that, dig deep, and place a character in a setting and just go to town with that and see where that takes you. The most important thing after learning about these tips is to understand. It's really important to write about something that you feel passionate about. It will come across if you don't, and it will come across if you do. And so, what do you want more? You want readers to know that you are so passionate about what you're writing about, that they become passionate about it too. They feel your joy. They feel your love. That's really critical. You're going to spend a month to a year to even many years writing this story. And you want it to be something that really does click with your heart, because otherwise you might end up a little miserable. You don't want that. You want to make sure that you want something that's going to get you up right there in the morning or keep you awake late into the night so that you can continue writing that story and nothing's going to stop you. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it helps you to kind of streamline some ways to be able to find a story idea. Before I go though, what I want to ask you a question. Did one of these ideas resonate with you? If so, which one? And did it sort of springboard a story idea for you? If so, feel free to comment. I'd love it if you would. We can get the story going. We can talk back and forth, and maybe some other people will chime in, and we'll have a great dialogue. And before long, you'll have a great story idea, and you'll start writing a new novel. Okay? And be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell icon so you get notifications whenever I do a live video like this. Okay. Cheers. Bye. Happy writing.